Yo, what's up? My name is TraiShaun, and I am somebody.
What's up, TraiShaun? How are you today?
Doing well.
That's good to hear. Good to hear. So tell me, who is TraiShaun?
TraiShaun is a lot of things. You know, I'm an enigma. I have a lot of facets to my life. You know, I'm creative. I'm emotional. I'm strong. I'm resilient. I'm just a lot of things, and I just love showcasing all that in my music.
Oh, your music. You're an artist?
Yes, I'm a singer-songwriter. Been singing since I was 3 years old. Been writing since I was 11. And I've been performing, everywhere around Indianapolis for the last 3 years.
That is amazing. Tell me about you being an artist. What's your favorite thing about that?
I just love being able to be creative, like not just in the studio. Studio is really great, but also performances, putting shows together. I think that is so dope, and just being able to work with people like your sister Jade and everybody that I'm associated with, I think it's amazing to work with them.
What really causes you to, besides working with the people around you and being able to, express yourself, what do you think drives you to be that artist that you are now?
I think what drives me is just that desire to be creative and think outside the box, because I know with music, there's no set formula. Everything is subjective, and you can find a sound that works for you. And when you find your voice and you find your sound, there's nothing like it. Like you shouldn't be aspiring to be just like someone else. You can take from people, like I take from Joe, I take from the Clark sisters, I take from Boyz II Men, I take from all these different artists, and I make it my own, and I think that's what makes it the best.
Who would you say your biggest inspiration is?
I would say Joe Thomas, obviously singer-songwriter, amazing vocalist. On the gospel side, I love the Winans, I love the Clark sisters, I love, just so many different creative people. Twinkie Clark is a genius, and I talk about this all the time. She doesn't get enough recognition. Just being able to write, compose, arrange, and to create such a sound that crosses genres. Like, obviously they're all about the church and about singing for the Lord, but they can cross into clubs and all types of different venues.
You definitely hear a lot of the Clark sisters' influences in a lot of music,
yes,
especially on the R&B side.
Absolutely.
I think Beyonce said that the Clark sisters were some of her biggest influences.
Absolutely.
A lot of people don't know that. You brought that out though.
Yeah, absolutely. I try to be a student. I think that's the biggest takeaway from me as a person is I study and I try my best to learn and get better, because I'm not the best at everything, but I'm the best version of me right now, and I want to be a better version of me tomorrow.
That is a great way to go about life.
Mm-hmm.
So outside of music, what do you think makes you who you are?
Just my willingness to connect with people. I love connecting with people. I'm social. I have a lot of friends, and I think that's important because, especially in this time, we've been dealing with COVID. We've been dealing with a lot of different things. I think it's important to have human connection and inspire people because, we have the gift to inspire, to really bring joy to people. And I, don't want to be like I'm just a small cog on the wheel, but I want to really get across that we all make this big picture that is called life.
Right. So, how do you want to be remembered?
As somebody that always gave 110%, that didn't falter, that never gave up, that wasn't afraid to challenge himself. I want to leave that legacy. Whenever I'm blessed with children and grandchildren, whatever, I think I want them to know that I did my best and I kept pushing myself, and they could do their best, and they could be the best version of themselves in any part of their life.
That is a great way to carry it. I try to carry myself the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Like getting people to understand. I always say you are so much more capable of being so much more.
Absolutely.
These are the people that understand that. That's beautiful to hear.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say are the 3 biggest things that keep you going in this life?
Family, for sure. I love my family. I think, all families have their goods and their bads, their highs and lows, ebbs and flows, but I love my family. I couldn't do this without them. My friendships, I love my friends, and just being able to connect with people, and just like my art. Like, I love being able to create, and that's just like a huge piece of me. Like, I love it, and God gave me this gift. Like, I'm so thankful of that. because I couldn't imagine not being able to sing, not being able to write, not being able to arrange, compose, and do all that stuff.
Yes. So I could tell you're really passionate and inspired through your own art.
Yeah.
And you being an artist. If I could read you from the outside in, it's like, man, art keeps me going.
Yeah, it does.
You would say that to be true?
Absolutely, 110%. I think, with art, like I said earlier, it's subjective. It's what you make it. Like, my art is different than the next person's art, and that is okay. Like, there's no one style. Like, it could be abstract. You can be great at painting. You could be great at sketching. You could be great at ceramics. Like, everybody has their lane, and I think it's dope. Like, we have such amazing artists out there in all genres.
Right. You got any music projects out there that people can check out?
My latest project is Eclipse, album that was released last June. It's a dope album. It's on all streaming platforms. I also have my very first project, Kaleidoscope, which is also on all streaming platforms as well. So, yeah, I just love creating, and I'm working on a new project currently.
That is beautiful. What is your creative process like?
I take different approaches, but like my main way of going, because I don't stick to the script a lot of times, but I love to come up with a melody, write down some lyrics, and I have a producer. Shout out to Wonder Boy Mike Busby, as you know him. He's my producer, my main producer, and him and we get together. We just come up with a sound, and I'm just like, I like that. I'll come to him with the melody and lyrics, or he'll come to me with a beat, and I'm just like, okay. And it's different every single time. We've created songs in 20 minutes. My single Focus, which is on all platforms as well. We did that in 20 minutes, like put that beat together, put the lyrics together, it was done. It's such a beautiful process. I think for me, I'm not a parent, but my songs are literally my babies. I know that's cliche, but I literally feel like I made something so beautiful that I want to protect and I want everybody to love.
Right, that is beautiful. So if I had a final question for you, it would be, if you had a chance to tell the whole world something, all 8 billion people something, what would you tell them?
I would tell them that, there's always hope. There's always a better tomorrow. Just find what you love to do and be inspired by that, because you might not be where you want to be now, but you're going to be where you want to be soon. And your destination is it's not always set in stone how you want it to be, but I think you always end up where you need to be, and that's the beauty of life. Like, I've taken detours, I've taken many pivots in my life, but I always end up where I need to be, and I just look at God and I'm just like, wow, that's crazy. But I think, always be hopeful and always be, mindful that, just because you're not where you want to be now doesn't mean it's not going to happen.
Man, thank you for that message. That was directly to me. Because, sometimes we be losing the hope.
Yeah.
But it's always important to try to keep hope alive. Because without hope, what do you have?
Exactly.
Nothing. So I thank you for that. I'll send that back to you. Keep the hope alive. Continue to create. Continue to inspire. You've inspired me just through this small conversation. I'm sure you're inspiring people on the daily.
Yeah.
Continue to do great things. I appreciate you for sitting down with me.
Thank you.